And you could,
So
but that's gonna be your time. Like that's gonna be your period, which is fine. I'm not saying I'm gonna go like you gonna go scoreless, but 8 to 11, I feel like it's pretty solid.
WNBA's standout MVP, Aja Wilson, found herself at the center of a heated exchange with NBA star Josh Hart, leaving fans buzzing. Dubbed one of the most decorated players in the WNBA, Aja stirred the pot and the drama has everyone talking.
Be like 8 to 11, me.
Aja Wilson really believed she could take down Josh Hart in a one-on-one matchup, but let's just say it didn't go as planned. In a recent interview, fresh off another MVP season, Aja made a bold claim. She said she could beat Josh Hart 11-8 in a game of one-on-one. Yes, you heard that right, 11-8. She was confident she'd stroll into the paint, pull off some slick spin moves like it was a TikTok challenge, and start dropping buckets.
Aaron inbound pass and Wilson against the other rookie, Cardoso. Count the bucket and one for Asia.
If any woman could pull it off, it's Aja Wilson. She's a two-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and basically the LeBron of the WNBA. But thinking she could take down Josh Hart? Oh honey. When Josh heard Aja's bold claim in the interview, you just knew he had to respond. And boy, did he come prepared. Hart fired back with his NBA stats, shutting down the conversation in style.
yo,
450.
this has 422. Yeah, look at me. Technically, I'm top.
Yeah.
I'm top. So I'm technically top 70.
Basketball debates often spark excitement, but the recent claim by WNBA MVP Aja Wilson about beating NBA star Josh Hart in a one-on-one game has ignited a firestorm of opinions. The confidence? Unmatched. The stakes? Questionable. Let's break down why this matchup has fans buzzing, how these two stack up, and what this means for basketball's ongoing gender comparisons. First, let's give Aja Wilson her flowers. She's not just good, she's great. A two-time WNBA MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, National Champion, and Olympic gold medalist, Aja has cemented her legacy as one of the most dominant players in women's basketball history. At 6'4", with elite footwork, a killer mid-range game, and post moves that leave defenders spinning, she's earned her comparisons to NBA legends like LeBron James in her league. But there's a difference between dominating the WNBA and stepping onto an NBA court. Claiming she could take down Josh Hart, a defensive specialist who regularly guards NBA superstars like LeBron, Steph, and Kawhi, raised some eyebrows, and for good reason. Josh Hart might not have MVPs or gold medals, but his resume speaks for itself. At 6'5" and 215 pounds, Hart thrives as a two-way wing player in the NBA. Known for his hustle, elite defense, and ability to shoot 40% from three on a good day, he's carved out a role as one of the league's most reliable players. Hart isn't just any NBA player. He's a guy who has survived guarding some of the best players in basketball history. LeBron in the paint, Curry off the dribble, Dame pulling up from the logo. Hart has battled them all. And when he heard Aja's claim, he responded with receipts, his NBA stats. On paper, this matchup might seem closer than it is. Aja's skills are undeniable. Her footwork, court vision, and ability to dominate in the post make her one of the best in the world. But basketball is as much about physics as it is about skill, and the biological differences between men and women at the elite level create a gap that's hard to ignore. Josh Hart's physical advantage is staggering. At 215 pounds, he's pure muscle, built to hold his own against players much bigger than him. His bench press max is around 300 pounds, nearly double Aja's estimated 150-pound max. In the paint, where strength matters most, Aja would struggle to back him down or hold her ground against his power. Basketball is a game of milliseconds, and Hart's superior speed and vertical leap would be a game changer. With a 36-inch vertical compared to Aja's 28 inches, Hart would win nearly every rebound, block her shots, and blow past her on drives. fast-twitch muscle fibers, responsible for explosive movements, give male athletes a natural edge, and Hart maximizes that advantage. Endurance is another critical factor. With a higher lung capacity and VO2 max, Hart would outlast Aja in a prolonged one-on-one game. While Aja thrives in structured team settings, where plays and rotations allow for rest, a one-on-one matchup is relentless. Hart's energy levels would stay high, while Aja might struggle to keep up. Reaction time is key in one-on-one situations, and Hart's quicker instincts give him the edge. He can anticipate moves, block shots, and steal the ball before Aja even finishes her motion. That split-second difference would make her life on the court incredibly difficult. This isn't the first time a WNBA star has publicly challenged an NBA player. Remember Brittany Griner's bold claim that she could beat DeMarcus Cousins. While the game never happened, the consensus was clear. Cousins, a 6'10" powerhouse with hands like frying pans, would have dominated. The same principle applies here. Griner's confidence was admirable, but her claim wasn't realistic. As much as fans love the idea of crossover matchups, the physical differences between men and women at the highest level of basketball are hard to overlook. The biological differences between male and female athletes aren't a matter of opinion. They're rooted in science. Men naturally have higher testosterone levels, leading to greater muscle mass, bone density, and overall physical strength. These differences are magnified in sports like basketball, where strength, speed, and explosiveness are critical. Hart's ability to generate over 1,000 pounds of force in a drive or dunk compared to Aja's estimated 600 pounds highlights this disparity. When every movement, every jump, cut, or rebound is a physical battle, the advantage leans heavily toward the NBA player. Aja Wilson is one of the greatest players in WNBA history, and her confidence is a big part of what makes her successful. But challenging NBA players isn't where her legacy will be built. Her focus should be on continuing to dominate the WNBA, winning more championships, and inspiring the next generation of female athletes. Take Caitlin Clark, for example. Clark isn't out here calling out NBA players. She's busy breaking records, electrifying crowds, and growing the game. Aja has the opportunity to do the same. By staying focused on her craft, she can elevate women's basketball to new heights and ensure her name is remembered for decades. The game would be over quickly, not because Aja lacks skill, but because the physical differences and defensive prowess of Hart are simply too much to overcome. Unsurprisingly, the internet had a field day with this. Fans roasted Aja's claim, with memes and tweets flooding timelines. One fan joked, "Aja really thinks she's backing down Josh Hart like he's a folding chair." Another said, Josh Hart would send her fade away into next week and still have time to hit a corner three. While the jokes are entertaining, they underscore an important point. Comparing WNBA players to NBA players isn't fair to either side. Aja Wilson is an icon, a trailblazer, and a force to be reckoned with in the WNBA. Her achievements speak for themselves, and her confidence is part of what makes her great. But challenging NBA players like Josh Hart isn't the way to build her legacy.